45 insane photos on disposable cameras, according to Reddit. For the sake of clarity, I'll be reading from multiple lists tonight. So, on the first of two lists, I'll be starting at number 20. I used to be a technician in a 1-hour lab back when we still processed the film in store. Some years back, I had a customer bring in a couple of rolls of film and make me promise to delete them from our machine's archives when they were done. The images were from September 11th, 2001. This guy was there and took pictures of the towers as they burned, but waited nearly a decade to get them developed. So I was the first and likely one of the few people who will ever see those particular photos of that day. True to my word, I never shared them with anyone. Yes, we do share crazy pictures with our coworkers, but I still remember them. Makes you wonder how many photos like that exist in the world. Unfortunately, he waited too long to develop them, so some of the pictures were lost, as negatives are sensitive and can easily be damaged over time due to X-ray, heat, moisture, or light exposure. Aside from that, I didn't get too many atypical things. A few times a year, I'd go to use poster board to cover the prints coming out because of dicks or boobs, but our machine was in an area where customers could walk by and see them printing out. Also, the occasional accidental photos, including some I had to take of myself in the parking lot. Nothing exciting, just spots where customers fell. Oh, there was this one super sleazy guy who used to...
Hey Siale, how you doing mate? First time in a while that I have caught the start of your stream.
Well, I appreciate you, Schwans. I don't think I can recall getting a donation in the middle of the first entry before, so way to derail us pretty initially. So, well done. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you again. Glad you could catch it early. And a hearty hello to everybody who's here already. Well, this guy goes on to say, I showed my manager a few of the pictures that he happened to leave behind one day and got him banned from our photo lab, but there was nothing else we could do about it. Wait a minute. Most of the pictures he printed were girls of questionable legality, which means underaged, my dude, posing but not nude. Well, if they weren't nude, then ain't nothing wrong with that, you know? I guess. If they're not nude, you know, jeez. By and large, though, most photos weren't all that memorable. 99% of people suck at taking photos anyway. My least favorite were the disposable cameras people would leave on tables at wedding receptions. Guaranteed I'd spend an entire night developing 30 rolls of absolute shit pictures. So boring. Those and underwater disposables, total waste of money. But at least they were fun to pop open. I used to see how far I could get the little plaster shutter to launch across the lab. I'm gonna go ahead and ask the main question that may be on many of our minds right now. If people are still using disposable cameras these days, how many nudes do you think people are taking pictures of with their camera phones and then circulating on the internet? That's the real question. You know? Somebody comes in, they just got some triple D's, you know what I'm talking about? Just like, hey, I want to get these photos developed. I'm like, oh yeah. And then they're all just like cats or something. Speaking of cats, hello Emmy in the stream chat. Hope you had a wonderful day. As we travel up to number 19, here's hoping that the music isn't too loud. Let me turn myself up maybe. That'll give us a little bit of a boost. Number 19. I haven't personally experienced anything weird other than seeing a third of a dick in one picture, but my lab manager has told me, though, that he's seen some weird shit in his day. One time, he had a fairly large woman develop some photos which included shots of her in lingerie. After the photos were developed and handed to her, the woman asks my manager in a kind of embarrassed voice, Did you see any of the photos? After saying that he did, she leaned in a little closer and whispered, "Did you like them?" Oh shit. I think I remember him saying, too, that he once found someone trying to develop what was essentially child pornography. My manager informed the customer that he had called the police. Why would you tell him that he called the police? Did you give him a chance to run? Why? Oh boy. Well, I wish Big Ladies was coming in trying to get day film developed with me, going, "You like what you see, Kaya?" What the hell? And not 2 entries in, we've already got child porn. Good lord. Number 18. I had a guy drop off a roll of film that he said he found and had no idea what was on it. Developed it, and it was almost likely a frame by frame of a couch in the middle of a junkyard with 2 guys pouring gasoline on it and lighting it on fire. When he came back to pick it up, he was baffled because he was one of the guys in the photo, but had no recollection of that day. Man, drugs, baby. There was also the time I developed a roll of an older black male wearing nothing but small lacy women's panties posing on a hotel bed looking devious. Old white guy came to pick them up. Okay. Oh my god. Well, number 17, okay? Back in the early 90s, our grocery store developed film. One pic made no sense in the negative, but when we printed it out, it produced a point of view shot of a guy fucking a handbag. You could see all the miscellaneous purse contents around the cock. Somebody else responds, "To be honest, handbags are hot as fuck." Handbags are hot as fuck. Well, number 16. I worked at a 1-hour place that developed film back in the late 90s. This was pre-digital, and we hand-corrected each photo for color or exposure. It was less intense than it sounds, so we saw everything. They also didn't take out the nudes and refused to develop them like some places. Here are some common things that I saw. So many dick pics. Well, can you imagine the amount of, like, the people who send in dick pics these days? What did they do before technology had caught up with them? Do you think that they had to kind of shrink their dick pics to the size of business cards to kind of distribute to the hotties? You ever get a dick pic business card, Hannah?
No.
You're right. You're right, you liar. I bet you got a bunch, and that's why you stay inside all the time. No, please, I don't want it. Do you ever swat it to the ground when they're trying to hand it to you? Please take this. Please, it's my dick pic, please.
Again, no.
Again, no. Okay. So many dick pics. The funniest was a guy with those smiley face Joe Boxer boxers, black silk with a red face, and his sloppy post-sex half-mast dong as a nose. Naked women flashing boobs under the table labia shots. Ugh. 3. Sex. Some of the odder / sad and creepy things that I saw. Number 1, we had a client who always brought rolls of what looked like mediocre quality nude model pictures. Not the girls, but the photographic quality. They were on a basic white background. They were the formulaic poses, and the girls didn't look particularly stoked to be there. One day he brings 3 rolls in, and we get to developing. It's myself and my friend in the shop at the time, and I was on the printer. The 3 rolls were of 2 women, a bunch of individual pictures, and some of them together. Their demeanor seemed to go downhill as their state of undress increased, smiling to sad to almost blank. They must have been working for their money. I got a bad feeling and showed my friend. She said she'd developed some of the others the previous day, and they looked off too. Luckily, he hadn't picked them up when he dropped these off. These girls looked drugged. We immediately called the cops. It was a 1-hour job. Luckily, they got there before he did. Our boss was pissed that we breached client confidentiality. When the article came out 3 days later that he drugged the girls, photographed them, then sexually molested them, including some whom were 15 and 16, I felt vindicated and guilty that I hadn't paid more attention.
Oi, get off my throne.
Ooh, Batman is pretty... Whoa. He's pretty close. That's kind of scary, what he just did, you know. Michael Palermo, unfortunately, has been taken off of the throne, but you know that I just sit here in his stead because I had to reset the stream boss specifically so that you guys could have more health, because it was unfair that you guys were donating so much and not getting the health you deserved. So, yeah, Michael's technically on it. He just has my face. I have granted him that for now. The stream bows in the presence of Fat Man once again. We hope that he has a fantastic day. Fine, Kyle, sit on my lap. You see, I still dare, baby, what? Number 2, okay. Thank you once again. Whoa! Jeez, man. I keep forgetting, like, I don't think there's even a point of me establishing a goal anymore. You guys are just too amazing. You guys are just too amazing. Let's get away from the kid rape, though, okay? Number 2. A woman would always bring in pictures of her terminally ill daughter enjoying life, trips to Disney and other exotic locales, birthday party, half-birthday parties, etc. One day she came in and told us the girl had passed away. She hands us 2 rolls and says that these are the last that she has of the girl. We were all sad because we'd sort of gotten to know her through her smile in the pictures. Well, the last 2 rolls were of this girl in her casket, and the people from the funeral posing with her. Okay, I get it. Some people need to document things to heal. No judgment. When it came time for her to send out thank you cards to people for supporting them, she came in for 200 reprints of a picture of her daughter, smiling on one of her trips at a birthday party with her siblings. Nope. In the casket. It broke my heart. Well, number 3. County prosecutor's office brought in 120 negatives, and they wanted copies of each frame. It had to be done completely by hand, so I got to printing. Most were of a small plane that had crashed in the woods, and I went through the entire pack begging to the god of photo and film that the pilot had made it out alive. That god was not on my side because the last 6 frames were a young woman, about my age at the time, slumped by a tree. She had some blood coming out of her nose and mouth, but otherwise looked like she was sleeping. She had a very passing resemblance to me, but what I noticed the most was her clothes. I kept thinking, did she know this would be her last outfit? I hope she was living a dream and it was beautiful before she passed. Well, I don't even know where to go with that. You know, people may use this list as a what not to do. I mean, I think if you're the type of person that's engaging in stupid activities and taking photographic, like, evidence is really the only way to categorize it, and then taking it to third parties that you don't know, going, hey, look at this, and then expecting nothing to come of it, you deserve what you get. All that we have on our side is the stupidity of moronic criminals. Number 15. I worked on a photo desk in the supermarket for 3 years. The craziest one I ever saw was when a guy asked... It says asked twice. You shut up. Twice is a word. Anyway, it says when a guy asked to print off his wedding pictures from his phone. Didn't realize he'd selected everything on there to be printed. Ended up with a bunch of printouts of him getting it on with another guy just before the wedding. Ew. Fat Man, I'm so sorry this happened to you, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding. Oh my god. You know, I just remembered that we had a dude in here named Chicken Permission, but the fact that he wrote 2.0 in his own username makes me wonder if we banned him. Was he banned? None of us are old enough to remember. And I'm so old that my memory's going away. I can't remember these things. Like the video, guys. Love you. I want a like for every entry I've read. Or how many entries am I gonna read? 45? Let's check the splash. Wow, 45. Why do I take on this much? Number 14. When I was in the Navy, I had a disposable camera. Now, submariners are crazy, so I left the camera in the sonar shack. Well, when we pulled into port, I sent the camera off to my wife to develop. She told me that they wouldn't develop all of the pictures. My shipmates had taken a bunch of pictures of their dicks in the Navy, number 13. Besides the child porn, Jesus, man. Borderline child porn? What is that?
I guess wearing clothes, but...
No, is borderline child porn when a girl, like, is lifting up her shirt and, like, you can see the bottom hemisphere of the titties, but then she's holding a picture and it's all like, I'm 12 years old, nigga! And you're like, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Borderline child porn. And nudists? It would have to be the roll of film that ended with a woman being fucked by a dog. Why we gotta do this, man? Kitty diddling ain't enough. Y'all gotta go to bestiality? I'm gonna pretend I didn't read this one, though. The dude who decided to take a picture of his dick in a hot dog bun. Okay. He did not fill out the bun. Okay. Number 12. Okay. Back in high school, I worked at a photo lab. I work in one day. Wait, no, I come into work one day, grab a roll, and start doing my thing, just like I did every day. The first roll I grabbed had the most convincing UFO photos that I had ever seen, even 2 or 3 with what appeared to be an alien in a field, again, like nothing that I'd ever seen. No sci-fi can compete with what I saw in these pictures. Not 5 minutes later, a man walks in for the photos I just developed. I hand them to him, and he leans in real serious and asks, did you look at him? I jokingly said, sir, I don't have time to look at all the half the pictures that we develop. Then he paid me and he left. That's the smartest thing he probably ever did. That's the smartest thing he probably ever did, is going, man, I ain't look at shit.
I can't look at it.
Look at what, sir?
That.
You know, I got shit to develop. You better get the fuck out of here. You better get the fuck out of here. Should have been like, wow, what are you shooting, a picture or something? Those are some really convincing aliens. I took a whole bunch of pictures and I put them on my phone, and now it's at my house. My wife's got them. You know what I mean? Boy, oh my god.
Fat man's donation game too strong.
Schwann's Gruberman is slowly chipping away at the health of Kyle, the stream boss. You guys can't do this to me. I've worked so hard to get where I am. Number 11. I never worked with physical film other than to box it up to ship to Fujifilm, but a good part of the job right now is printing people's photo orders. Special thanks to Schwann's Gruberman, of course, but a sexier thanks to the fat man, Licky Licky. Most of it's pretty boring and typical. Occasional sexy selfies of guys with a BBW fetish. Sorry, I was clicking BBW, but it didn't turn into a link of some sort. Gay. And then there was this one time a few weeks ago, I printed out a picture of a guy laying in the middle of the street, head blown off and brains strewn everywhere. The kicker to me was that it was mixed in with other innocent pictures of kids and scenery, and then out of nowhere, just brains. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Boy, number 10, we got another list to get through, you feel me? Alright, I had a summer job developing photos, among other tasks, at a major American pharmacy/retail chain about 10 years ago. You think it was like, what did they call, ooh, what was this other one that was, before CVS? Eckerd's.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, dude, Eckerd's. Did CVS absorb Eckerd's?
I don't remember.
I think they did. Whoa.
Schwann's uses Hyperbeam. Super effective.
Schwann's Gruberman donated $10, and he really is chipping away at the flimsy remainder of Kyle's sexy stream health. But somehow I'm still hanging on, and that's what matters. You'll never defeat the big Kyle PP. Skeet skeet. As we continue this one, the photo development process itself was fairly uncomplicated, as a machine automated most of the work. I would load the 35mm roll into the compartment, seal it, select a few settings, and the pictures would pop out in a few minutes. The store wasn't usually very busy, so sometimes I'd look through people's photos. There was the usual assortment of family trips, bar mitzvahs, graduations, awkward proto-selfies, photo fuck-ups of people's feet, and blurred walls. But every couple of weeks, I'd load in an inconspicuous roll of film, and out would pop the gore. Corpses, baby. A torso opened up, a stainless steel tray holding some organs, a crushed skull, orange-pink brain clearly visible. It got to be pretty disturbing. I would just finish putting photos of a kid's birthday party in.
Final flash.
He really made himself the stream boss. That's kind of rude, because he went in for the final strike, when in reality Fat Man did so much of the work. Poor Fat Man. Now we have to contend with Schwanz Gruberman as the stream boss. Well done, Schwanz. I hope you don't let the power go to your head. Back to the corpses, okay? It got pretty disturbing. I'd be putting in photos of a kid's birthday party in an envelope for the customer to pick up, go to the machine to pick up the next batch, and see multiple puncture and slash wounds on a hairy chest, or the bloated opened abdominal cavity of an obese woman. A couple of the other staff would always demand to know when the sick pics would turn up so they could have a look too. We speculated, for fun, that there was a serial killer in town, and that was he was brazenly taunting us. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oh. My body is rejecting the Schwanz Gruberman. I'm kidding. Enjoy your fucking power, Schwanz. A couple of other staff would, they'd speculate with me that maybe there was a serial killer and that he was brazenly taunting us with his work. Of course, we had the customer's last name, his first initial, and phone number on the packet that we kept the photos in, ready for them to come and pick it up. He came in one day to pick up his shots while I was in the photo lab. When he told me his last name, he must have noticed that I paused a little longer than normal before retrieving his photos, and he gave me a wry little smile and said, "You've seen my work." He asked me. I stammered out some kind of affirmative response. His little smile grew a little. He said, "Don't get any weird ideas. I'm the coroner here." Oh man, I wanted him to be a makeup artist. Or like, some kind of, like it's a movie or some shit. Schwanz says, in place of Fat Man, I shall rule with an iron fist. Iron Fist sucked, Schwanz Gruberman, okay? That was the one Marvel show where it was like, oh my god. And it's not even like it was that bad. If we had to take a half a minute review for Iron Fist, it would be that Danny Rand is nobody, okay? And the show is all about the Iron Fist. That's why it's the name of the damn show. And the fact that this little faggot wanted so badly to... Ooh.
You are pulling me to sleep.
Wait, the sheep says I'm pulling her to sleep. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate your abundant and incredible donation here. You're chiseling away at Schwanz Gruberman already, so he's barely going to have, what looks like a stream to enjoy his, He's restoring his health.
Schwanz is confused. He hurts himself in confusion.
He didn't hurt himself. When you donate, you restore your own health as stream boss. It's horrifying, to say the least. If I'd made the stream health that much more from yesterday, none of you would be beating Palermo now because his health would be infinite. We have to pour out a little bit on the ground for Palermo. Back to my half a minute Iron Fist review. Let me use this analogy to make it really clear for you. If you were watching a Batman movie and the whole movie is really just Bruce Wayne going, "I don't want to be Batman. I don't want to be Batman," and crying the whole movie, that's what Iron Fist is, and that's why it's garbage, okay? We ain't watching this show for you, nigga. We watching it for the Iron Fist. So stop with all this Danny Rand bullshit. You know what the coolest thing about Batman is? Batman would forget to be Bruce Wayne if Alfred wasn't on his ass to be like, "Master Wayne, you need to do this," and he'd be like, "Man, I want to go fight crime dressed up like a bat. I'm Batman." It's pretty good. So, oh shit!
Fuck you, Schwanz.
Sheep sweetheart just straight up said, "Fuck you, Schwanz," with a devastating blow. Okay, with a devastating blow to this boy's HP. What will Schwanz do? What can he do? The stream boss may be up for grabs, baby. Oh, damn. What were we doing again? As we travel up the list of 45 insane photos on disposable cameras, we arrive And oh my god, the sheep is so sexy. I just love her. Thank you. Thank you, Schwans and sheep. Just letting you guys know I love you. I love you. Number 9. I made some poor soul develop pictures of me posed as Rose from the Titanic, fully nude, jewelry and all. I'm a dude. Paint me like one of your French dudes. This guy does sound like a lot of fun, truth be told. Number 8, I worked at a retail store that you could pick up your pack of photos from a large bin. Occasionally there would be a torn pack and a couple of photos would fall out between the... Oh my.
Tremble before you, queen.
Yo. You know, I gotta, credit where credit is due, baby. Credit where credit is due, sheep, wow. Wow. What?
You call that a hit, bitch. My power is maximum.
Yo, play nice, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Schwans, oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, oh my god. Okay? You're blowing my mind, guys. You're blowing my mind. Alright, I'm sorry. Ooh, it's getting hot in here now. You know what I'm talking about? It's getting kind of hot. Schwans, sheep, you guys are incredible. And I need you to know that I love you in ways that, people can't really approach. But Schwans, you're amazing. I just have to I have to thank you. I'm trying not to get too derailed too hard, guys, but But damn, sheep, looks like you really asserted your dominance out here. Really ruling with an iron vagina out here, aren't you, sheep? Aren't you?
Mind crush.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh battle out here, okay? You guys are sending each other to the shadow realm. My god.
Nice one.
My god. Okay? You guys can. Ooh, well, I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. Credit where credit is due, baby. We got a new stream boss here. What I'm talking about? So I guess Schwans wins fatality, Oh my god. We're gonna have to just let him live his life. Schwans is really finding it. Yeah. Oh my god. You guys are equally loved by me. You're both chosen. It's just, what can I say? I'm so sorry. Look, number 8. I worked at a retail store that you could pick up your pack of photos from a large bin. Occasionally there would be a torn package and a couple of photos would fall out between the inventory truck and the customer pickup bin. One such time, it was the photo index card that I found on the ground, picked it up, looked at it, showed a sequence of pictures, some granny's birthday party, kids playing, the presumably mom naked, the mom and dude having sex, random family gathering, portraits, and then a Thanksgiving. Well, sounds like a very Schwans Thanksgiving. Okay. I feel like I'm imploding from the inside out. You guys are pretty incredible. Okay. Oh my god. Schwans is a stream boss. Wow. Well, as we travel to number 7 here, I worked at a camera store in my high school college days. We had a photo lab in the back. It was college town, and so there was plenty of photos of young adults exploring their sexuality. Okay. I never saw anything that I considered inappropriate, like child porn or anything like that. We did have a cardboard cover for a machine output hopper, so if people wouldn't see any photos of nudity or get upset. Okay. However, the most memorable images I remember printing were from 1989, from the Tiananmen Square riots. You know, the man holding up the line of tanks, the Tank Man, and the 200 plus people who were killed. It was a big deal in the world at the time, and especially in the college towns for a few reasons. First, the protesters were mostly college-aged Chinese. Second, there were a lot of Chinese graduate students on campuses in the US, and they felt deeply impacted by this. Gotta stop saying Chinese like that. Many new people protesting in China. We had students coming into the store with photos that they took off the TV screen so they could reproduce with the hundreds and send them back to China to circumvent the regime's oppressive control of the media. I'll never forget those events and the students' desire to do their part, even though they were halfway around the world. That's adorable and wonderful. We gave them massive discounts on the orders too. Cool. That, you know what I was thinking? At the end of the one where you remember that they were talking about how they developed the pictures of the girl and at the end she was in the casket? I expected them to say that they gave her the prints for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they didn't. And especially if she got to come back to order like 200 prints or something, you know, that's the bottom line. Number 6. So my aunt has a picture of her and her kids in front of their farmhouse. Unfortunately, she accidentally superimposed the picture of her mother-in-law in her funeral casket, so she was hovering in the sky above her grandchildren. My cousin called it Grandma Levitating, and my aunt had it in her house for years. That's scary. That's scary, for real. Why would you want that? That shit's scary. Why is McDonald's in the next entry? Somebody responds to this saying, we've got a similarly double exposed shot of my very elderly and proper great aunt hovering over a McDonald's. Always makes us laugh when we see it in the photo album. Get me a McChicken. I just didn't expect to see the phrase McChicken in there. That's the bottom line. Oh my God. So here's where we go. Number 5. When I was about 16 to 17, I worked for CVS as a photo technician. I once had a rollout that was a series of trophy pictures of naked women lying all in the same bed. Some of them happened to be under 18 as I went to high school with them. I told my manager that she needed to take a look at this, and she said when the guy came in that she wanted to talk to him. I called him, told him this, or his roles were all set, and when he came in, she had cops waiting for him. That shit was crazy. There are a lot of child pornographers that are stupid and crazy enough that appear to be crazy enough to literally submit their childish porn to a photo development lab, which is in itself pretty crazy. Number 4. Somebody just sent me a message on Steam. What the fuck? Ooh.
Tree 50.
Thank you, Alex Hall. You're a badass. I appreciate that. I was scared that it was the same person who was sending me a message on Steam. Somebody named Redditor299792458. I hope that's not this nigga's phone number. Sent me a game called Deep Space Waifu on Steam. Y'all better stop. Alright, I'll add it to my library though, so a special thanks. Okay, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to play on Steam, and then I'll get back to you guys. I should really populate a wish list with things that make sense. You know, Sheep says she wish she was Maud, and at the end of the day, she does deserve it. As we travel up to number 4, I used to develop film from a prison. They'd give the inmates disposable cameras for some reason. I think they were instructed to take pictures of their friends so the inmates would reveal who's in what gang. I don't fucking know. Anywho,
Senzu Bean.
I like that he said Senzu Bean when he regenerated the missing fucking. Yo, that's like a 3-dimensional, that's a 5-dimensional fucking, oh man, these Dragon Ball Z references are gonna go straight over the heads of some of the people here too, man. Wow. He's not even letting you guys chisel away at his health as stream boss. How can this be, you know? How can this be? Sheep said, dude, if I had a dick, it'd be hard. The comedy of that statement, I'm not even going to go into, all right? It's the second time I've been interrupted on this same entry, and I know it's not going to happen again. So that's good. Thank you again, everybody, as we continue. Number 4, I used to develop film from a prison. They'd give the inmates disposable cameras for some reason. I think they were instructed to take pictures of their friends so that the inmates would reveal who's in what gang. I don't fucking know. Anywho, between pictures of dudes making gang sides and posing in groups, there would be pictures of finger paintings, which I thought was kind of sweet. It really is. Oh my God. I just read something in a reply that I think deals with what we're going to see as we travel up this list. So let's keep traveling up the list and see if I can be impressed by what we're apparently about to hit. This is number 3, but it's on the first of 2 lists that I'm going to read tonight, and you guys deserve it. Do me a favor and hit that like button, baby.
Fuck this, I'm boss.
Holy shit.
Not quite.
Jesus, damn, Jesus. I'm wondering if that's essential.
This isn't even my final fart.
Jesus and fat men, you guys, but I can't handle it. My heart, it's beating. I feel like if my heart could punch somebody in the face right now. You know what I'm talking about? They go back in time, please. I can't believe you guys. Damn, Jesus. Jesus, please, Jesus. Jesus, oh my God, Jesus, please. My God. Gruberman is being sacrificed. You guys wouldn't even let him be stream boss for 1 stream. Y'all gonna kill me. But I guess you're killing each other too, so as long as it's worth it. Woo! Number 3. Jesus, I love you. Thank you so much, please. Jesus, please. Guys, you really need to let me know what the hell you want me to do, man. Let me know what you want me to do so you can get it, okay? Okay? Oh my God. Oh my God. Number 3. I develop film right now. We got my favorite thing recently, so when you look through a roll, you get some idea of a story. Okay. We got one roll recently, vacation shots of various landmarks and so on. Then, a guy snorting cocaine in his hotel room, then 3 shots later, it's him in his underwear in the same hotel room holding a goat's head. The flash was on, so the goat's eyes are glowing. No context, nothing. I love it. Okay. Number 2, here's where things get interesting, I'm sure. Not memorable for the photos, but for the situation. A guy comes in saying that he wants to pick up his photos, so, as usual, we take his name and go to the drawer to look for them. Nothing here by that name, I say. Perhaps another name? No, he says. So I ask when he brought the film in to be developed. It was a disposable camera, says the guy. I say, okay, so when did you bring in the camera to be developed? And the guy says, it was a disposable camera. After a bit of toing and froing, turns out that he took the term disposable camera literally, so he just threw it in a garbage right after he used it. When I asked him how he expected the photos to get to us from the bin, he said, I don't know, satellites or something? This was in 1999. Like $5 cardboard cameras are gonna have satellite communication. What the bing bong? Well, ain't that just a Pringle in the asshole? I think this may be the most precious thing I've ever read. when you took disposable camera too serious. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? Number 1 on this list reads, working on a cruise ship developing crew films, some guy would get film sent from his wife. We would develop a few raunchy shots of the missus in various stages of undress. We assumed the tripod and self-timer was involved, but nope. In one of the shots, there was a mirror, and it was their son, who was maybe around 10 to 12 years old, taking the pictures. Somebody said, didn't expect that. Poem for your Sprague. Response. Perhaps a change of posture, please. And with a wink, he said, a playful tease upon your knees, your arms above your head. Compose a pose with poise, he tried, a shot with just the coat. You've crazy carnal lusts inside. Emote, he cried, emote. Perform a pout or two for you and every peeping Tom. I guess the last will have to do. I've worked with better, Mom. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Ugh. That was the first, my God, what was I thinking? I want to do 45 of these, and I only just did 40. I mean 20. So we're going to do 25 more. Oh boy, you guys do deserve it. You guys are uncontrollable. As long as I find a way to calm myself down before I go to bed and not have a heart attack. Thanks to all of you guys being so explosive. Number 25. I worked at a Walmart photo lab circa 2006. It was actually a really chill job, and I saw my fair share of weird nudity and even a woman in a fancy hotel room with a towel folded in the shape of a cobra going up her hoo-ha. I'm glad he enjoyed that. However, by far the weirdest I've ever experienced was a roll of film that had all these dynamic, awesome action shots of this one dude. It was of him diving into the water from tall rocks, skydiving, dirt biking, etc. He was doing all of these amazing things, and I was getting so jealous, but also excited to talk about this with him when he came in. I'd like to have a relationship with the cool customers. But then I got to the end of the roll of film. It was him in a casket. He had died. I've never found out what happened or anything, but it was just one of those fucking shocking moments that sticks with you. I didn't expect him to be dead after watching him alive, his life to the fullest like that. Okay. Can you imagine a really elaborate prank on YouTube where people just stage a whole bunch of crazy ass pictures, like with green screen, and they're doing all this wild shit, and at the end they have like, you have to do it in the casket, but then like it gets like a little bit funnier, like slapstick. They do like a kind of like a Bernie's type situation where they take the dude out because they want to have one last adventure, and they take him to like a it's clearly a corpse, but he's at like a vacation house, like, you know, like a beach house, and they're just they have their propping him up with daiquiris and shit in his hand. Went on a roller coaster. Oh man! Oh my God! Ooh!
Welcome to the Kyle stream, presented by Fat Man Entertainment. Once you go, Fat Man, he owns your ass, man.
I thought he was gonna say, once you go, Fat Man, you never go back, man, because back man is also like a play on ass man, which is what I associate Fat Man with. You know, I'm into the big titties, winky face, you know, ladies, but I know you guys are ass guys, and that's cool. You know, I appreciate that. Schwanz Gruberman is really hanging on by a thread, and you know, I'm glad for all that you have all done. You guys are incredible, but I wonder if he can make it through 24 more. You know, you guys would have to allow him to make it through 24 more. Number 24. During my time in Walgreens photo labs years ago, the funniest thing that I can recall seeing was a roll of film from a party. The guy who dropped the disposable camera off appeared in one of the pictures in tidy whities, wearing cowboy boots, a hat, a belt with a toy 6-shooter while he was chugging a bottle of Miller Lite. The creepiest involves a story. An older man in his 50s or so came in looking really nervous. When he dropped off his film, he had a weird rambling story that he gave me about how his son and daughter-in-law abused his granddaughter. who was about 4 years old, and that his lawyer instructed him to take some pictures, so not to worry about what I saw because his lawyer said it was okay. His granddaughter was not in the kind of poses you'd think a lawyer would tell you to take to prove abuse, and there weren't marks on her or anything. It was pretty sickening. Uh-oh. Hannah only laughs at people's unfortunate situations. And you know why she's laughing now is because Fat Man clearly wanted Schwanz's seat, but dude, he still has it. Hannah only laughs at inconveniences, my dude. And you have no idea, guys, how much Hannah has spent her time, her days, not laughing with, but at me. Okay?
I do not laugh at you
often. Okay?
I do laugh at you, but rarely.
I love it. Okay? I love it. Oh my God. Schwanz is hanging on by a drip dip. And he wants you guys to kill him. That's what he wants. I'm sorry, Fat Man. You're amazing. You know it. You know? But he's so close. You know what I mean? So close. The cool thing about the stream boss... That's what I was saying. I was just gonna say that. Is that anybody now could come and take it again? Fat Man did that in the beginning of the stream. Fat Man gave 75. What a badass. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sheep. And listen to Hannah. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. I'm sorry. Okay. You guys are all the bosses in my heart. Okay. It's just, ooh, you know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you. Oh my God. Well, you guys are amazing. You know, keep doing you. I don't know how to handle how amazing you all are. Fat Man, Jesus, Sheep, Schwanz. What a roller coaster this is, you know? I need to do some running after this to bring my heart on down. I feel like I need to warm down after this.
Warm down. That's called cool down.
Yeah, well, yeah, that one, cool down.
Warm up,
you know?
cool down.
I'm gonna need to do something to my brain before I explode here. Jesus saying fuck like he was this close to donating, and Shape was like, now's my chance. Okay, you guys are fucking cutthroat fighters. Listen, his granddaughter was not in the kind of, oh, we gotta go back to the kid rape, man. As per company policy, we called the police, developed the film, made a second set to turn over to the police with the address and phone number that the customer gave us as evidence. We weren't told what happened, but I never saw the guy again, so I hope he's in prison. Let me get out of this entry.
Yes.
Okay, oh man. Sheep says, of course, raise hell and pillage the land. Oh boy. Fat Man, I love you, and you know you're the best. Fat Man, you know you're the chosen one, Fat Man. This is... you... Why are you laughing at him like that?
Funny.
You know, he's the best.
I know he is.
You're not laughing at him. You're laughing at the situation, of course.
Yeah, it was the situation.
Oh my lord. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Sucks that Fat Man got fucked over.
Man, like this video, because I want other people to experience the the roller coaster that this was. I bet we could reach 100. Yeah. In the night. Number 22. I used to work for loss prevention at a Walmart back in the late 90s. Seems like forever ago now. That's over 20 years ago, you know what I mean? God damn. One day I got paged to the photo lab and the tech asked me if she could call the police. Okay. She handed me a set of black and white photos that she had developed, and they seemed to be photos of dead bodies. One had a guy hanging from a tree, another was a girl in a tub with her throat slit. And I went through the stack and no, guys.
Oh good. First I bing Schwanz in the bong. And now to beep the sheep.
That wasn't bad. First I banged Schwanz in the bong, and now I beep the sheep. Beep the sheep. Fat Man, you are the chosen one, and I think this you know. I think this you know. You know, some of you guys, when I establish my merch one day, you guys are just gonna get mailed it for free, you know. But we got to figure out what the hell I would have for merch, because I think it would be like if, like, you know how like Elon Musk established a boring company and sent out hats. It would be something like that. I would be sending out like shot glasses or like bottle openers, or batteries. Kyle brand batteries for the remotes.
Yeah.
No, for dildos. Big ass batteries.
Yeah.
Full D batteries. Aw, that's my man Aaron Deers. I appreciate you, man. You know you're amazing. Gotta take a bite out of sheep. Listen, she handed me the set of black and white photos that she had just developed, and they seemed to be photos of dead bodies. One had a guy hanging from a tree, another was a girl in a tub with her throat slit. I went through the stack and I see if there is any living people in them. We call the police, wait for them to come. Ooh, he donated through the Superchat. Well, nobody can take his name from up there, that's for damn sure. It's true, it's true. Look at him up there. Yeah, you guys gotta enjoy that now forever. Oh shit, it counts super chats too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pointed it out to you multiple times.
Oh wait, yeah, you've been pointing out something to me about that you said I needed to fix. What do I need to fix about it?
Just make it the same.
How is it not the same?
Look at the amounts that there were each. See?
Damage from per subscriber, damage per super chat dollar.
Damage per regular, just dollar donation. They're different.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what needs to be changed.
Well, it's fine now. As we continue this list, we call the police and they waited for them to come. An officer and detective showed up and looked the information over. The tech read off the customer's name, and from behind us we hear someone say, "Yes?" There's a 20-something-year-old guy and girl standing there. The detective starts asking them questions, and when the officer says to me, "Isn't that the dead guy and girl in the pictures?" we look at them and we figure out that they were faked scenes. The detective is told the same thing by the couple. They were shooting for scenes of an art gallery and really didn't think anything was wrong. That's so cute how innocent they were. They were just like, "It's just for a movie. What did you think? We would be stupid enough to come in here with our dead body photos to have them developed? Like, do people do shit like that?" Yes, they do. Baby, yes, they do. Aaron Deer says, "I only had $2 to my name." Aaron, that, you know, it's the thought that counts, and the fact that you were emptying it out makes me love you even more, man. I appreciate you. You guys already do too much, you know? We got to get more people in here, you know? You guys got to figure out a way. You guys want to give me a birthday gift? This is going to be the rudest thing that I've ever said. This is something that borderline could probably get me in trouble. So I'm going to say it in a hypothetical way, okay? You know, if I were to want something, come at me now, YouTube, because I'm not saying it, all right? If I were to want something, it would probably be for somebody to establish what the most easy to absorb content that I have. Here's the thing. I don't make a lot of asshole content. I basically just make background shit that people can put on, enjoy, maybe go to sleep to, maybe just ease them working or whatever they need to do, playing a game to, stuff like that. But I would imagine if I were making more asshole content that appeals to the type of douchebags that are watching million subscriber channels, then maybe it'd be easier to share my stuff. But right now, since I'm in a very specific niche, I can't imagine that my shit is share worthy. But like I said, hypothetically, if I were to want something, it would be for one of my most accessible videos to find it onto Reddit and maybe have a whole bunch of Chinese people just click that shit to the front page. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how you do it on Reddit, baby. You pay for them clicks. It's pretty ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Pimp Daddy Fat Man says, "Yes, dance, my puppets. Plague grow strong. Soon I shall unleash it on the world." Kyle says he needs to get back to work. Half of his staff is missing today. Jesus, man, it always seems like people ain't doing what the fuck they need to do, and that's unfortunate. So, just hoping everything works out, and let's go ahead and continue through this list because I still have over 20 left to do. Number 21, a woman having sex with her dog. Called the police and she was arrested. The dog was a husky.
Dipping my tip into sheep's new box.
Ew! You guys aren't supposed to say stuff like that. Sheep has a wife, okay? She has a wife. You guys are so vulgar. I thought you guys really do learn from the best saying shit like that. Even I wouldn't say something like that. She's got a wife, man. You know? That's what kept us off from not saying terrible things to Melissa Watson when she'd come in here. Melissa Watson is Sean Watson's wife, for anybody keeping score at home. Thank you for attending. As we travel up to number 20. Ooh, my mom developed photos, or whatever you would call it these days, for years. She said that she would get nudes once in a while. Never anyone you would want to see nude anyway. We also lived next to a very popular mountain bike park, and one time she found some photos of a guy's mangled leg / ankle after he snapped it. Worst was a bunch of pictures. Ooh.
I had to get in on this action. Lube Pro smiley face.
Lube Pro, huh? That's what I'm talking about. The Lube boys got to get in on that action. It's like an orgy for Prelude. I appreciate you, Prelude. You know, I love you. I want to give you a firm handshake, but then like a lingering glance that kind of makes it a little more intimate than that. You know what I'm talking about? Oh boy. Let's talk about Rhea in the bathtub. Yeah. The worst was a bunch of pictures of naked kids. Oh my God, every post. She had to call the cops, obviously, and I felt like he must have wanted to be caught or something. I think some people are just stupid. Number 19, boy. I work at a 1-hour photo lab, and some lady printed out pictures of her infant son's circumcision. That can't be how that's pronounced, but I'm not reading it again. That one was probably the most shocking to me. We had a woman come in who was probably in her 50s, and she tried to print out some naked pictures of herself. Me and my coworker had to explain to her that we couldn't print them out because we have a policy, that's the company established. She got mad at us, told us, but I still look good for my age, see? Like as if we were going to agree with her and let her do it. This one's not really shocking, but it makes me laugh when I think about it. I had a little old lady come in one day to print out some pictures. She calls me over to the kiosk and asks for my opinion. She has a bunch of selfies and wanted to know which one is the best because she's going to try online dating and needs a good profile picture. The saddest one was a lady who was about 45 to 50 years old. She came in to get some pictures of herself printed out. She said she was also trying to choose pictures for her obituary because she has been diagnosed with some disease and the doctors told her she may not live past another 6 months. I really had no words for that one. Completely caught me off guard. Most pictures I print are of vacations, families, friends, babies, pets, but this one still haunts me. I'm pretty sure it's been over 6 months since I seen that woman. Makes me wonder how she is. God, why you gotta be bringing us down in the middle of the list? My God, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna die one day and all these videos are just gonna still be up, and maybe somebody will find it after the fact and be all like, oh, these are interesting. I wonder if he still produces anything. But I won't, cause I'm dead, dude. Thinking about death sucks, dude. What do we leave behind? Oh no, let's not get existential. Will our thoughts survive in our loved ones? Or will we be forgotten? Number 18. That's a good age. A murder scene. I worked at a grocery store in the lobby, so I developed a lot of film. This was a picture of a man laying in bed, missing the majority of his head, next to a shotgun. We called the police. They waited for the person to pick the film up. He actually was a detective and needed it processed right away, so he gave it to me, knowing full well what was on it, instead of using the police lab. I was young and it was probably one of the worst things that I had seen. Well, aren't you glad that the internet exists now, baby? Aren't you glad? that the internet exists now. Well, number 17. Kinda related, my dad's friends, Dale, lives in Colorado and has a cabin in the mountains. Well, he had gotten his hunting license taken away, so my dad asks him why he had it taken away. So Dale says that there was a bear tracking or breaking into cabins nearby and was a potential danger to the people living there. So, long story short, Dale shoots the bear out of season and is caught. He was caught by a woman developing photos. The judge says to Dale, I probably would have let you go if there wasn't these pictures of the bear. And there were multiple pictures of the bear sitting at a card table with a hat on, cigarette in its mouth, sunglasses on, bear in paw, or beer in paw with a deck of cards. Well, I mean, what's wrong with having a little fun?
Probably just because it's the out of season part.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did himself, but yeah, that's funny.
Because of the photographic evidence.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, I would enjoy those pictures.
That's funny. He put the fucking hat on a bear, on a dead bear. Yeah, how brave are y'all to be approaching a dead bear? That's got to be a lot of blood. Hey, clean that bear up. We got to take some pictures. Oh my God. Man, that's some brutal shit, to be honest. That's some brutal shit. Number 16. I worked as a custom black and white printer. What? Okay, you know, in my brain, he was a machine.
I am printer.
Why are you doing the hand robot gestures? You're even dumber than I am. Oh man, it was like I worked as a coffee mug. Like, wait a minute. Okay, look. I don't know why that really fucked me up that hard. I worked as a custom black and white printer, okay? Saw lots of nudity. But the weirdest thing I saw was when I was putting together a large order of old family pictures, okay? Lots of pictures of children growing up through the 50s and 60s. About halfway through the order, I realized one of the children was Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver, perhaps you've seen her in the hit film Alien by Ridley Scott. Do you guys know about Alien? From critically acclaimed director Ridley Scott. The screenplay by Dan O'Bannon. That's right, he's Dan O'Bannon. I'm sorry. Let's not talk about aliens. Or you know, the original Alien, you know. What a nightmare. Oh boy. I'm glad that movies are just for Marvel Pictures now. You guys all go see Black Panther. It was great. It was a great movie. Number 15. We used to work at Target Photo Lab when I was 16. Which was illegal, but my store told me to run customer service and OSHA. Oh no, to run to customer service if OSHA ever came in. Target's policy is that it's up to the employee's discretion to develop whatever they are not morally opposed to, as long as it wasn't illegal. Being that I was 16, this probably shouldn't have applied to me, but I didn't give a shit. Worst, a lady that had cigars stuck in her vagina at an orgy. Okay. Best, a guy I was sort of starting to date in high school had his little sister come in to develop a roll of film with photo editing. That means I preview the photos and edit them before printing. It was just a bunch of photos of trees and shit until I came to the pictures of pieces of paper on a picnic table. That in each picture said, "Will you go to homecoming with me?" He then came in to pick up the pictures himself for the answer, and I obviously said yes. Really nice guy, but his mom hated me for calling their Italian foreign exchange student pushy. Okay, I could have called her an awful cunt like she was, but apparently pushy was too much. So there went that. I got lots of pics of naked kids, but never any I reported, because they were obviously super innocent. Oh, Tommy's first bath with a rubber ducky, Lucy and Kate running through the sprinkler for the first time. You get the idea. It's very easy to tell if you have a half a fucking brain, what is normal and what is sexualizing a child. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. The edgelord of edginess says the original alien was a black guy in a suit. You mean just a black guy? You know, we're not all wearing suits, dude. What are you talking about? Number 14. I once had a 20-ish-year-old develop photos of her giving a blowjob, complete with pearl necklace at the end. The full porn star treatment. She came in to pick them up with her dad, and the look on her face when she opened the envelope to check the pictures were priceless. She'd clearly forgotten what was on that roll of film. I, however, will never forget. Oh man, number 13. Well, other than tits and dicks, I developed film for some older lady who's 50 years old, whose 50-year-old son went missing? The son is 50 years old? Okay. Well, that's particularly interesting. They find his body in a field 80 days or 8 days after. And even though it wasn't his actual body, it was...
The pictures weren't of his body. It was his body in the field. That was not clearly written.
What?
The pictures were of him while he was alive, is what they're trying to say.
They found his body in a field 8 days afterwards, and even though it wasn't his actual body, it was of where his body was in the picture?
Oh. That's stupid.
What the fuck does...
the crime scene?
What does that mean?
That's stupid.
No, nigga, what does this mean? I am not so poor. I'm not so poor in faculties that I can't comprehend this. They found his body in a field 8 days afterwards.
Oh.
And even though it wasn't actually his body,
Keep reading.
it was of where the body was in the picture.
Keep reading.
Think of a snow angel, but in a patch of tall grass and complete black and bloody. It also turned out I was the last person to see this guy alive. I sold him batteries. Oddly enough, this lady thinks that her other son killed him. So I'm not sure what about it was more shocking, the fact that it was a photo from a crime scene, or the fact that I saw this dude the night before he got murdered. Number 12. Okay, back in 1990, I was 16. Congratulations. I worked for a privately owned 1-hour photo and a truck stop. My boss was known for developing anything people brought in, except child porn and bestiality, which were illegal. And so I saw a lot of homemade porn when I was 16. This was before the internet, and I was just a naive young girl. It was really bizarre for me. My favorite was the skanky couple in their 50s, and they always brought in pictures of themselves having sex while smoking crack. Smoking crack, having sex. 50 years old, it's the best. Usually it would be her giving him head while... I'm sorry, my stomach is rejecting the story. Usually it would be her giving him head while he smoked a crack pipe. He had a large purple head on his dick. He was not circumcised. It was pretty shocking. Then in 1995, I got on the internet and nothing was shocking after that. Boy, number 11. A 360-degree view of a naked girl on her knees. Cool, he went around her. It was relatively softcore, but I thought it was so odd that the dude had shot 24 photos in a circle around her. Maybe 4, you know? Maximum 5 or 6, you know? You know, a good shot from the front and 1 from each side, okay. You know, maybe from the back, whatever, you know. But 24? What are you shooting, an art film? Jeez. We should do that. Not the naked. I'm sorry. Never mind, okay. Also, the pictures from a bachelor party. The party went sound. People were covered in vomit. The party went sound. You know, the more I fucking try to make sense of this. People were covered in vomit. There were strippers. I did 500 double takes while processing that one. Huh. Well, as we continue, number 10. We finally reached number 10 on the list of 45 insane photos on disposable cameras. Now, ain't that what I'm talking about? A lot of people having sex. Had some guy print out dick pictures. LOL, people are weird. And someone asks in vain, don't they realize someone's going to see this? That would take a brain. They would have to have a brain. Number 9. I once developed pictures for a guy who had pictures of himself in his underwear and hiking boots out on a trail. Then there were another group from someone else of detailed pictures of a deer that had failed at jumping a decorative fence and impaled itself on the top. This is making me think a very good topic for a Reddit post would be, hey, what's a crazy picture you took before camera phones? You know? Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Rap chitty. Number 8. I did 1 hour photo at a drugstore. The weirdest roll was 9 shots of Christmas with the family, 5 shots of 2 girls shaving each other pubic hair in the bathroom. The rest was a roll. The rest of the roll was back to Christmas with the family. Well, sometimes you gotta shave the pubic hair, baby. You know? Somebody says, thank God it wasn't their private hair, because I'm guessing the dude wrote public. Reddit. Number 7. The weirdest ones I saw involved a middle-aged couple who either owned a million pets or got friends to lend them pets for awkward photo shoots. They came in every week with a new set to develop, cats in football uniforms, guinea pigs with glasses, etc. One time I developed a photo shoot of a bunch of lizards dressed like cowboys in front of a cardboard box colored to look like an old western. Weird shit. Okay. Well, I appreciate little lizards dressed up like cowboys. Do you guys? I'll Google, if you guys like the video, I will Google lizards dressed up like cowboys. And we'll probably find something totally not safe for work. Number 6. I finally have an excuse to tell this story. About 5 years ago, I worked at a Walmart in a photo lab, and at the time, I was by far the youngest employee, and everyone else in the photo lab easily could have been my grandmother. Jesus Christ. There was an online order system at the lab where a person could submit pictures online, then they would print out, and the customer could just come and pick them up. When a person submitted an online order, submit red, nigga what? A little label would print out with the person's name and how many of each size of the picture they wanted. Get to the giggledy-wiggledy, man, come on. One fateful afternoon, a label printed with the name John Doe, which I remember laughing at briefly. I went over to the printer to grab the order and it printed, and boom, 8x10 glossy of Tub Girl. You haven't truly seen Tub Girl until you've seen it in 8x10 glossy. Nigga, I'm gonna open up a secondary window that is not gonna be visible to the actual stream chat, and I'm gonna see what Tub Girl is. Oh my God, don't do it. Do not Google Tub Girl. Aren't you glad you looked at that, Hannah? Jesus Christ. We trying to have a good time on the internet and y'all out here on this bullshit, baby. Come on now. How did Kyle know?
Well, obviously.
How did Kyle know not to? You haven't truly... Boy... Anyway, about this time, the label started spewing out orders nonstop with names like LOLOLOLOL and, you know, fuck you, shit like this. I ran over to the computer to see about 100 online orders had been submitted, and most of the pictures were either of porn, memes, or insults. My 60-year-old female boss then came to see what was up. I tried to explain to her that people were playing a prank on us and we needed to shut down the lab. She understood, but insisted on seeing the pictures despite my warnings. You ever seen an internet noob exposed to all the filth of the internet in the span of 30 minutes? Because I have. It ain't pretty. Ultimately, we shut down for a few hours, canceled any orders that came from the internet. We called the cops, but since there was no CP, they didn't really care or do anything. The thing was that it went on for months. Not to that extreme, but at least once a week for as long as I worked there. At one point, someone printed off a screenshot that had a web URL in it, which led to some board over at 4chan, and I went and looked, and it had some instructions on how to troll Walmart by submitting fake orders. The worst part was that it didn't say to submit specifically to the one where I worked. All in all, it wasn't that big a deal, but I did get to explain that a Rickroll, or what a Rickroll was, to a bunch of old women, so that was neat. So there we go. As we travel up, we're finally at the final 5 of this 45 entry list. Number 5 reads, I had a mother come in to develop a role she found in a drawer, and it was some family pictures and the about 11 of her teenage sons getting head from some chick. Ew. Ew. Someone says, Juan Solo, I developed your film. I think you know what I saw. Uh-oh. Well, that's number 4. And the dude just says, you win. Hey.
Just dipping my toes again.
Aw, Prelude, I appreciate you. Thank you. Wow, you really shot all of those that shit out of the tip jar. Okay. It seems that no one will dethrone sheep tonight. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. As we travel to the final 3 of this list, many years ago I worked the night photo lab shift at a Walgreens. I saw more than my fair share of sex, boobs, and general things you would expect someone to bring in at 2 a.m. to be ran. But the most memorable was a guy that worked at a local strip club. He came in every 2 to 3 weeks with several rolls shot of stage shows and in dressing rooms for all the girls. He would wait on them to get done and stand there at the counter going through them, trying to show them to me. Somebody said it sounds like a dream job until you get an old person nude. Well, that'd be an interesting job. Yeah. Well, number 2. I've posted this in a similar thread before, so here it is. I used to work at Walgreens in the photo lab. Was standing there watching a stack of photos print off. They appeared to be of an Easter party for some young children at first, and then it went to all the children sitting at a dining room table with their Easter baskets in front of them. First picture, they looked happy. Second picture, they were frowning. Third picture, downright crying. By the 4th or 5th, it became apparent that their issue was there was a giant stem of broccoli in each of their baskets. Aww. Someone says, given the nature of this thread, this was going to be I thought this was going to be much worse. That last sentence was a relief. Someone says, I was expecting some Shutter Island level shit. The broccoli was a relief. Someone said, the 6th picture. They are no longer crying. Their eyes have been replaced by black soulless pits, and they are all looking around direct.
I did not hit her.
It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
I did
not.
not.
Hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I didn't know Megan from Japan was out here making room references, chiseling away at the great and powerful Mr. Sheep's stream boss self. Well, aren't you guys wonderful? Aren't you guys Wonderful. Oh boy. This is a silly little response. Why are we even doing it? Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally made it to number 1 on this list. I genuinely want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank you for liking the video. You guys know that when you give it the 50 likes, it's reaching a hell of a lot more people than it would otherwise. And hopefully that lightens the load on some of you because you guys are exceptional. Much like my sponsors, who touch me like an angel, you know? Oh my God. What's happening?
Just licking Prelude's toes.
Boy, she just restored her own health. So you guys can't even chisel her down if she's restoring it. But like I'm saying, you guys touch me like an angel, you know? Which is a show from the 90s, which maybe you guys haven't even heard of, you know what I mean? Truth be told, I think that like now that some of that shit is 20 years in the past, people are younger than it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Much younger.
People are much younger than that corny ass show. So that's pretty interesting. As we also thank my amazing and incredible patrons, I just want to go ahead and remind that some of you're so amazing. Just let me know in the Discord what you're looking for, and you can look forward to seeing it in the future. I love you. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and finish off this last one. In the list of 45 insane photos on disposable cameras. Tell me you don't love this this thumbnail that I threw together, though. I love Lisa's face, man. I love Lisa's face. That is my jam. You know what I'm talking about? So, wait a minute. Yeah. I worked at Ritz in 2000, or the year 2000. The year 2000. That's all we're reference to. One day a woman came in with a cop and explained that she had a roll of film with her stillborn baby on it. The cop was there to verify it wasn't illegal. She was beyond nervous. She asked if I could make it look like the baby was alive. The stillborn pictures were bluish gray, so I did what I could to warm it up. She was thankful I took the next day off, and the cop came back to later explain that the woman lost her uterus due to some complication during the birth. The lady just wanted to remember her only chance at having a kid. You win. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's creepy. Not creepy like bad, just creepy sad, dude. Jesus Christ. That's the darkest shit that we've read in a while. Came in asking to have pictures of a stillborn touched up because that'll be her last chance at being able to conceive a child. Oh my God. What a thing to end the list on. Like the video, guys, and say goodbye to YouTube's monetization. Bye-bye. Bye. You're talking about what? Kid rape and bestiality and stillborn childbirths? There's no place on YouTube. You won't see a dime of me. But it's fine, because I have you guys. And you guys are a little bit more excessive than I can't imagine any other channels on YouTube with subscribers as sexy as you guys. You guys are pretty incredible. You know? Pretty incredible. I love you to death. And you know it. And you know it. I want to give a special, incredible, and heartfelt thanks, because you guys are literally having my heart beat out of my chest here, to Schwanz Gruberman for his try-hard style tonight. For Sheep for being incredible for a long while tonight. I want to thank Alex Hall. I want to thank Aaron Deers. I want to thank Prelude. I want to thank Megan. And I really, really, really want to thank again Sheep, Schwanz, and of course, the Fat Man, baby. The Fat Man. Oh no, Michael Davis has asked the important question. Can I tell you something that Hannah did earlier today? Can I tell you something that Hannah was laughing at me earlier today about?
What
I'm gonna tell him.
Tell him.
She was sitting in the chair with me before I started the list, and she goes, "You gotta play Quiplash," and just couldn't. Look at her.
They can't see me.
Because she knows I don't wanna. I mean, it's not that I don't want to do. I just like we need to do it during the day, okay? So I know that some of you may not be available during the day tomorrow, but that's when I think is the best time for us to do it, because like I exhaust myself, and technically right now it's like 11 p.m. and I'm not like grandpa getting ready to go to bed, but I just know I can't be funny now. And I wonder if I should even be involved in Quiplash when we do it at this hour. It's just, I don't know. You know, I love you guys. You guys are a bit insane. You know what I'm talking about? In the membrane. That's an old ass song too. Hell yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to get into full stride. You know, one day I'm going to hijack somebody's YouTube subscribers. To be honest, you know what I realized recently? That if I had the motivation, and I wasn't like a scrub, what I could do is just walk around in VR chat until I found other stupid douchebag YouTubers that wouldn't shut the hell up. And I'd just literally go, "Hey, you, all your subscribers, they should be mine. You're nobody. You're unfunny. And if you've lost your virginity, then the girl that did that with you should be ashamed." That'd be the whole thing. That'd be it. But I don't have the... You know, I just don't care. I don't care enough to do it. But, you know, one day a game will come along, and maybe I can be the poster boy of that game, you know, and go suck that company's cock, get flown out there and all this bullshit. That's what I hate about all these niggas on YouTube these days. Is they're all like, "We're going to fly out to California to go to the studio." Fucking, I'm dying on the inside, guys. I need you guys to know. I love you so much. Thank you for motivating.
Bless you. Jeez.
I told you I ordered something called Navage, and all I can do is hope that it gets here soon so that Kyle can finally breathe. Oh man, Schwan says, "And Jesus for being sexy, shout him out." I was already in the middle of texting Jesus. Okay, Jesus was gonna get that special Kyle loving, you know, secret love. Look, man, the bottom line is none of you ladies even texted me, okay? I'm kidding. But I'm talking about all of y'all, because you're all ladies to me, in the Discord. And I thought that that's what you guys wanted. People used to harass me about a Discord so often, and now that I have it, it's like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. But it's in the description right now, so just scroll down. I'm like texting right now like a loser. I apologize. Let me see something.
What team?
What?
Schwan said Kyle and his team versus Chet on Overwatch.
Every time I open Fat Man's messages to send him something cool, he got some gay shit in there. He got a picture of Quark. A gif of Quark from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, the worst one. Oh my god. You know, it just gets gayer and gayer every fucking day. There we go. I was looking for Schwans here. Okay, now we got it. Guys, I love you. Wait a minute. Who is Plan T? Somebody named Plan T commented, but their picture is interesting. Like, do you think they have a channel where they animate themselves is the question? Nope.
No.
Oh, maybe they're just stealing somebody else's monkey balls. Yeah. You never know with people. You never know. Guys, is there anything you need? Let me know in the Discord and we'll go from there. I love you guys to death. We all need to play games together, man. We all need to develop a little squad and gangbang people. Guys, what I want you to do very much is to go into the Discord and tell me games that we can play together where we may not have to, you know what I mean? Just like silly games that maybe they're free, maybe we don't really have to try, shit like this. Just suggest games that we could all play together. Hello, Chelsea. What? I don't know how to pronounce that last one. Deathbright? Probably Deathbright. Simple as that. Oh boy. And you guys know what'll be what's up. I love you. I miss you. You know, have a night that's not stressful. And, you know, I just hope that you guys can be as amazing to one another as you are to me. And I'll try my best to measure up to you guys, because you guys are insane. In the good way. Okay. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna go destroy some food. You guys live your life. Enjoy being stream boss sheep. You earned it. Love you. Bye.